So the purpose of testing products, and this is life cycle. Life cycle means that it's a step-by-step thinking plan. Step-by-step thinking plan means that it allows you to get things faster done because you don't need to think other things. You can just take one thought at a time and do one action at a time. And it is meant for speed up, and it is meant for releasing things faster. And the point of Amazon, like you can analyze as much you want, and you can of course release 500 to 100,000 units with, you know, put a lot of money on products if you want, like old times. But in my opinion, we should always speed up gradually with the products, which means that you test them at the beginning. And sometimes we need to test because there's a lot of products coming in already, you know, and sometimes the market price is going down, and you never know. Basically, it's about safety, and testing different products gives you also ability to see what works in other categories. Now, the big reason behind it, as I also mentioned, is that instead of wasting thousands of dollars on one product, we release many items with low risk and low budget. And we see what takes off and what works first. And believe me, guys, sad to say, probably lost like close to $100,000 by not doing that in last few years, developing different type of products, and boom, you know, still something was wrong, and still something happened, and still it just wasted my money. And so that's the reason, and that's the whole concept behind it. So let's get to the life cycle. Let's take one step at a time. So the first stage is a research stage, and that's where we research things, right? So, and that's for free. That doesn't take you any money, only your time. And let's see the different tasks in the research stage. So first we find the market, as we already know. Like we find, then we develop a product on that market, like on the spreadsheets, right? And communicate with suppliers and get numbers down for your plan. This can be done for one product in a few days, right? And decide if you want to proceed with this product or not. That's the second thing we need to do after we fill that table, right? You know, and brainstorm and create a plan for the testing product. We talk to suppliers again, see what they can do, provide to test the product, and if supplier cannot produce your small quantity to test, then find a way to create superior product assembling yourself, buying it from the internet somewhere, or from the store somewhere, who cares. So let's go quickly one by one. Find the market, obviously. It's the key word we need to find. That's the first step. And people get stuck here too often, even though the goal here is to just fill 10 opportunities for you and then move to the next stage. But the point of the finding the market is, and our priorities is finding the market is like try to get like markets that have like less than 300 sellers at least. Like I think that's one of the most biggest priorities, because the more sellers, the more ad costs, the more sellers, the more saturation, the more sellers, the more variations, the more sellers, the more things to choose, right? And the more things people have to choose, the less likely is that they choose you, right? So if you have just 60 sellers, 50 sellers, it's perfect. And not saturated means that it's possible to add more value. Sometimes you have 100 to 200, 200 or 300 or 500 sellers, but still they're already like one guy providing like tons of value there, another one providing the extra elements, blah, blah. And of course, nice price range, if possible, of course, if possible. Like I'm not saying that it has to start from the $30 or $25 or $35, but it would be nice if it starts, because the price usually goes down by time, you know. And if the price range is not there, then obviously what can happen many times it's happened. And by the way, guys, look, like I can count on my fingers like how many products have died for me because the price is just been going down, because Chinese is coming and selling with us more like a lower prices, and since the price range hasn't been wide enough, I cannot sell. I cannot go premium, you know. I mean, I wasn't able to go premium, and literally, like, products died. You know, like, I had products that died because of that. And but yeah, and then number 4 is that simple, easy to get, not complicated. Like, when you're looking at these opportunities and these keywords, always like have this in mind. Okay, supply not saturated, price range is good. Can I do a sample? Is it possible, or is it easy for me to test that product out? If you have a big oak tree kitchen table, I mean, obviously it's not easy to test out a huge, large kitchen table for you easily, right? Or maybe it is, I don't know. But always ask yourself, like, is it easy to test when you're looking at these or finding these markets or keywords from the Amazon? And of course, if it's small, it's also really cool. If it's not, it's okay. But this is the fifth priority because it's super fast to release. So this is what I would add as a priorities when you're looking for these keywords on the Amazon.com or Amazon UK or Amazon DE. You know, it's all good markets. Now let's go next one. So, and don't get stuck here. Your goal is to just fill out with 5 to 10 keywords. And because when you fill it on many keywords, you will start seeing and comparing apples to apples. And these are just markets, you know, it doesn't mean anything yet. So next one is product development plan and build this competitive advantage. Again, like, now we are thinking about, okay, so if we're gonna sell something on that market, what should we sell, right? So what is the best selling product? What is the new version we want to sell? We're already selling well there. Like, then fill out the blueprint, and so ask yourself, okay, like, how should I shine out? Like, why should someone buy my product? Like, what should I fix there? Like, is there any reason why, if I'm gonna sell something there, then can I do something that I can tell like anyone that, hey, this is the reason you need to buy my product, right? And then if this is a fine, then great quick instructions, you know, to get quotes, right? And this is important because we don't want to start selling something with the same problems and the same reviews that everybody else has, right? And it, you know, it takes you just 30 minutes to read these bad reviews and figure out what can you actually sell, and you get clear on what can you improve or what can you add. The blueprint also asks you, like, okay, so what is your perfect product? What could be the testing version for that product? And you get clear on, like, your competitive advantage, basically. And next thing, your goal is to basically come up with this plan in your head on that stage that, okay, that could be my perfect product and that could be the testing version of the product. That's basically it. That's the whole thing. And by filling the blueprint, you get to that goal. That's the whole purpose of filling in that. And so doing that stage takes you probably, I don't know, like a few hours for one product, maximum. You just read reviews and fill out the blueprint and you get to that goal. Now, third one, if you see that goal is cool, the previous thing, if you see that, okay, market is cool, I see I have a good idea for the product, I see I can do something cool there, I can shine out, I can be different, I can be better, there is a chance for that, there's only a few sellers. The next one is just get numbers down as quickly as possible. And this is just chatting with suppliers. Hey, guys, like I made you this instructions or made this document here. Can you provide me quotes? I just send that document to many suppliers to get you back the quotes, and you see which ones like look good for you. And a lot of products die in that stage. A lot of ideas die in that stage because sometimes you develop too good product. Your ideas to create product development, competitive advantage is too crazy, you know. By the way, guys, nobody wants the best laptop in the world. Nobody, because most people want a good enough laptop, better than others, right? Like nobody can even afford the best car in the world. But people want a good enough car that what they can afford, right? So sometimes your price range defines like how good product can you build. If price range is really stiff, you know, you can't build Ferrari there, nobody will buy it, right? Nobody will buy a $100 fidget spinner. I mean, maybe one person from the world, but I don't know, like it's just not a common thing to do, right? nobody, like not many people buy golden iPhone cases, right? There's some of them they do, right? But the market is really big there. So yeah, so get that done again, like in one day at least for one product. This is just talking to suppliers, sending them the document you did in the stage 2, and that's it. Now get your numbers to the spreadsheet. And again, when you define that market price range here, then take something like average, something that not really too much off the chart. It's super important, because sometimes I see my VAs doing that all the time. Like they put market price is like $25 to $50, and then to put market price range here, put okay 25 to 50. So what your price will be 50. I said, like, why 50? It's $25 to $50, right? Why do you put the highest end of the price here? Obviously, you want to put it because you have higher profit margin, right? But come on, how many people actually are selling on the first page with $50? If first page mostly it's about $25 and maybe there's only one guy with $50 selling there, well, maybe that's not the best idea to start selling with 50. Try to see if there is like a possibility to sell with average price that everybody else is selling, right? And how much profit margin will be then. But like I said, this is all here. These first 3 steps here are what? It's a plan. It's not reality. It's a plan, so get it done. Get it done quickly as possible. It's plan. It's just like things, you know. It's just that it's not reality. You haven't lost any money yet. You haven't put any money, anything to the game. This is your perfect plan to see if you would invest few $5,000, $4,000, $10,000 on this product. Would this even work? Would you even have a profit margin plan and everything ready? So again. And don't get stuck here. And it is not difficult. I know some Amazon sellers who have 10 times more difficulties. All right, anyway. So it's important to get numbers down before you start, because you want to know what's your end game. You're gonna get clear on profit margin, investment cost, the minimum or the quantity for your perfect product idea. And the end goal is to see what's your, can you afford that, basically? Can you afford your perfect product? Because for some products, minimum order quantity is 1,000 units and the product cost is $10 and your investment cost can be $10,000, and maybe you don't want to go with that product, right? So end goal is like, can I afford to go all in with that product if the test product works? Can I afford to go all in with that product if the test product works? That's the goal here, right? And by the way, guys, you still haven't spent any money on this point, right? And so now you want to decide, you want to proceed with this product to testing or not, right? And when you fill that table, guys, when you fill that table with several different product ideas, then now you see the difference between them. For one of them, you know, investment cost is $10,000 if you want to go all in. For another one, it's like $1,000, you know. The first one has 40% margin rate. It's great. Yes, I can do 4,000 from 10,000, right? For another one, it has only 1,000, right? But the investment cost is only 500, right? Or maybe $1,000, right? So again, it's comparing apples to apples, and just get it like quickly out of the way so you can see the difference, you know. And like I said, this is just like a plain filling the table. You don't need to think a lot. Just fill the table, and then you can see comparison between them. Don't get stuck there. So let's go next. The problem why things like not work on Amazon is this basically two major problems why things don't work on Amazon. Is number one, there's too many sellers and the ad cost is crazy. It's just it's just acquiring a new customer through advertisements is extremely expensive, and you know that money, right?
Yes.
And the second reason is quality. Someone just dumps you a bad review and then goodbye, goodbye inventory, and nothing to do anymore with you. And so that's the second biggest reason, right? And so the problem, the point of the test product is to validate those two first. How much takes you, how much you need to pay money to acquire a new customer, how much money it takes in the advertisements to sell and sell for one product, right? And secondly, like, is this actually something that, you know, is quality enough? Like, are you able to sell it? You know, are you even able to sell it? If you're not even able to sell 10 units, why would you want to buy 1,000 or 300? But you don't need to test products. You can already go 300, 500 units. It's just like, if it's really, you are really clear that this is a good idea. This is a good thing to do. This is a really good product. I'm sure. I mean, I feel it. I did the blueprint. This is innovation. This is new version. And sometimes there is products like that. All right. So let's go next. So when you did your numbers down, next goal is to decide if you want to proceed with this product or not. And sometimes some products are really high investment cost, low profitability. Some products are really simple to test. Some products are not simple to test at all. Some products have high profit, like expensive test, right? Some products are more easier to test and more cheaper to test, right? So that's why having like maybe 5 products on the list there, filled all the numbers. You know, numbers and this plan will basically give you really good understanding which way you want to go first. And then you're going to do brainstorming on creating a plan for testing product. And that's what I want to talk about mostly today. So when you found your idea and said like, okay, this looks good, you know, the end game for this product, if I really want to go all in, seems that I only need to buy maybe 500 units. It's going to cost me 1,000 to 2,000. That's cool with me. Profit margin seems 30 to 40%. That's really cool. I have a good plan, how to shine out, how to be different. I did my research. Oh, everything seems cool. Okay, seems that I also can test that product easy. So let's brainstorm, create now a plan for testing products. So what does it mean? So ask yourself, like, come up with a plan based on a blueprint. How should I, what should our testing product should be like? Because, you know, life is not ideal. Everything is not the best or most prettiest in the world. So ask yourself, like, what's the minimum of customization I can do that my supplier can give me small quantity so I can release it as soon as possible. Sometimes it's just a box, right? And so basically, like, what do we need to be clear here to do is that how will our test product look like, right? Do we need to add something, remove something, improve something? How, like supplier has this product, right? So basically, based on the blueprint, you talk about them. Okay, so I want to add a box. I want to add this little element. I want to remove this box you have, right? I want to improve some whatever. Is it possible, right? How the package look like? Where can we get that package? Like maybe like for one product, we just bought package from AliExpress and shipped that product package to supplier. Hey, pack everything in that package. You know, and then we just gave supplier the insert, like just designed for the insert. And can you print out this insert? Yeah, we can. That's fine, right? And two questions like why should someone click your product and why should someone buy your product when you in the testing mode, right? Because still, when you test the product, it kind of needs to be something like sometimes, well, depends how many opponents you have. If you have just 50 guys against you, well, maybe you can just go with better package. That's it. Or if you have like maybe more, maybe you can add a little element there. Maybe you don't want to change package at all. I released products with supplier package. I just added there little 3 elements, and that's it. But the question is, like, can supplier do that for you or not? And how should your testing product should look like? What should you add there? Should you add a package? No. Yes. Should you add an extra element? Yes, no. Should you add more better instructions? Yes, no. Should you add more quantity? Yes, no. So brainstorm and make a plan how your testing product should look like, right? Because what matters, next task is that next task By the way, sometimes these are really simple things, because the next task is that you have to talk to suppliers again and see can they do that for you or not. Because like you're creating just a plan on a paper right now. So, and by the way, the blueprint already has that question there, like what is your testing product idea, right? And then you write down your idea and now you talk to the supplier again and see can they do that for you or not. Speed is most important here. If you over customize, it can take you another month or two again. It's too much. You know, we just need to figure out as soon as possible, can we throw something to the market, basically, because working 5 months on testing a product goes completely against the whole concept of testing products quickly. I mean, no, we don't want to work 5 months. We just want to buy maybe 50 units or less and just do a little bit customization, a little bit changes there, a little bit something that makes us somehow like a nice, and that's it. And the question is, like, can supplier do that, right? And so, can they do that what we want? Do we need to provide additional items? Do we, like, that's the question, like, can you, I want to have better box. Can you do that or not? Okay. Yes, we can do. Okay, so what do you need? You need design. Okay, let me do design for you. No, we cannot do that. Okay, can I send you box from AliExpress? Can I send you box from somewhere? Oh yeah, send me the box. Okay, give me dimensions. Fine, that's the dimensions. Okay, let me order from AliExpress. Let me send you. Do we need to provide you any designs? Oh yeah, you need to provide your own instructions. Maybe the product you have is problematic with instructions. Instructions are super important. So yeah, we provide your own instructions. Like all these things, you have to speak to the supplier, because if they can do that, that will be perfect, because usually they can assemble things, they can change things, they can do things, but what they don't like is a small quantity. That's what, you know, but still, supplier is your first place to go. It's the first place to go, because they can help you the fastest way possible. And maybe you can even talk to different suppliers, because many of them gave you quotes, right? You can just chat with them. I remember at the beginning, I was chatting with like 15 suppliers at the time, and was sending wrong messages to wrong suppliers on a Skype. It was super embarrassing, but you know, you can do that in one day. Figure that out. Talk to suppliers and see what can do to you. Can you provide me this product that I want for testing? And you can explain them, I just want to test the market. And if they're good, they will do it for you. And so they will ask how much does it cost and what's your time and what's your terms. Like for money, and they do anything for money, right? Because your goal here is speed, not the becoming perfect with that product. It's speed. Eliminate quality, release something a little bit better as quickly as possible to test the market. And and of course, are they able to ship that to Amazon? That's a good question. Some of them can, most of them can, some of them cannot. I have right now one that cannot. They just don't want to do it. They don't care. And so again, after you brainstorm to create a plan for your testing product, now you talk to suppliers and ask, can we do that or not? And again, can they also give you the samples, right? When they did something for the product. And so, if supplier cannot produce you the small quantity to test, you have to find another either you find another product, or you ask yourself, am I able to buy that product from the internet myself? I mean, and assemble it myself. Like basically, I'm going to buy that product from somewhere. I'm going to buy boxes from somewhere. I'm going to do print better inserts in my local printing store downstairs, and I'm going to just assemble everything myself and send 10 units to Amazon. Am I able to do that in 1 or 2 days? Ask yourself, like, am I able to do that in 1 week, maybe, right? So is this product simple enough to do that? If supplier cannot do that, that's the step number 7 we talk about, right? And like all these steps go one by one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this is the order you go with them, right? And if you can buy from local stores something, repack it, put the old insert there, boom, send it there. See, you never can know what happens. It's actually, I prefer that way, that I buy something from the local store, from local like this country where I'm living at, and just recreate it myself, because I know I can do things faster, I have full control. And I'm speaking just about maybe 10, 20, 30, 50 items here. I'm not speaking about huge amount of money spent, right? And so again, it gives me more motivation, inspiration, my momentum goes up, I have control in my own hands, I don't need to talk to anyone, boom, I'm doing it myself. That's it. But for some products, it's not possible, right? Some products, it's not easy to do that, right? It's just not available in your country, right? So that's step number 7, is in the research stage. By the way, guys, this is research stage. Finding market can be done one day, product development can be one day. Basically, this all can be done almost here in 7 days for quantity of item. It's just practice. It just needs practice. Now, next stage after that, okay, let's say supplier told you I can do that, all right? I can do a better box for you. Just send me boxes from AliExpress. I can do, just send me your insert design, send me boxes. You wanted this extra product. Okay, I will get it for you. This is the extra cost. Okay, that's cool. Now we added extra product, we made better package, we added better insert. All right. That's it. So that's the all modifications we can do. Okay, and they will give us 50 units. Fine, that's great. Now what we do is to go to sample stage. That's my favorite, one of the funny pictures, you know, expectations and reality, right? And the sample stage is really important, because sometimes this can happen, right? You know, remember guys, here we haven't spent any money yet. We haven't spent anything yet. Like, it's just been talk. And talk is, you know, talk. Now we're gonna get serious, right? So now we ask supplier, okay, so assemble this test product for us quickly. Or, yeah, assemble this product quickly for us now, and can you send me a sample? The reason you want a sample is exactly the reason you want to see on a picture right now. You never know what you get. You know, you could have beautiful dreams in your head, but it just doesn't happen this way. Life is not like that, right? So in the sample stage, basically what we're gonna do is we're gonna start. If you can create a sample already from the supplier, then you can create listing on Amazon, a shipping plan instantly before you send any money to samples. Because if Amazon doesn't allow you to sell that product, then why would you even care going and paying anything for the samples for a supplier, right? Like, if you don't do that step here before that, you may waste a lot of time and money already for the test products, and you cannot even sell it. So create a listing on Amazon and dummy shipping plan before sending any money to anyone, anywhere, anytime. So that's the first thing. Before sending money, anyone, this is what you need to do, always. And so when this is done, Amazon allows you to sell it. Of course, send money to the supplier, let him assemble your test product, let's send him your sample. The reason you want to have a sample is because you want to see how it looks like for the end user. And sometimes you want to, if you want to see that opportunity is really good, sometimes I order also closest bestsellers samples from Amazon. Like I see my competitor, let me just order that sample for my home too. I can compare, because you may have this is your ideal on the left side here, right? But maybe compared to best-selling product on Amazon, you look like on the right side there. That's your product, right? And now you imagine you're gonna be good, right? So like having a best-selling product on Amazon in your hand and having your own product in your hand and comparing them is basically like looking at this picture. You can see, like, am I that guy on the right side, or maybe that the best-selling product is like on the right side, right? And so again, it's not necessary always to order samples from Amazon, but it is when you're dealing with instructions. When the instructions are super difficult for the product, then I always order best-selling sample from Amazon, because I'm not going to figure out how to do these instructions. There is like a wooden game outside, outdoor game we have. I don't even know how to play that game. I have no idea about that game. So we had to order the samples from Amazon to see how the instructions are made for different, because instructions were giving bad reviews for a lot of competitors. All right, so get samples to see, to compare, and the second reason you want to get samples is also you have control making pictures if necessary for free, for yourself, for your listing, for testing product. That's the second reason you want to have samples. Now compare, now we're going to stop and compare the samples and make decision, do we still want to proceed or not. By the way, on this point, you just spend maybe 40 bucks, maybe 50 bucks on the samples, and that's it. That's all. You know, if you see that maybe my idea still sucks, I don't want to proceed that. I don't want to even buy 10 units because I see that I'm not able to give any value here. I mean, this is going to crumble down. You still make a decision, right? And if Amazon allows you to sell it, then start preparation stage. Now in preparation stage, I cannot go deep in preparation stage, but basically right now, because it's going to be a super long talk, but I'm going to give it to you next time.